Bigfoot, Massachusetts, Essex County, retreating into the woods. Why don't people track them down further? I mean,
I think we understand why.
I know, but
They're
you know
feared
what?
for their lives.
I want better footage.
Get your ass out there and get it.
Look, I'm not an experienced tracker like some of these people are.
Listen. You complain because there's no footage. You get footage, and then you complain more.
I know.
You're never satisfied.
I want people to start tracking them down. Now, by the way, we will have video footage of 95% of what we have is stills.
I've not seen video footage.
Yes, of course we have. Look at the playlist of Texas Bigfoot.
I've got to get on those playlists. I've been ignoring that.
Well, your voice is on them, so yeah, you can't rest on your laurels. Say, oh, I spoke in these. I don't have to watch them. You've got to watch them just like everybody else.
I got to get off my ass and start watching these damn things.
You want to learn something? You listen to our whole playlist of Texas Bigfoot.
A wealth of information. There's no doubt.
Yeah, we talk about animals killing people, the movie industry, chips. As it relates to Bigfoot, chimps ripping people's genitals off and face off.
In a previous episode, I don't like to talk about genitals, but in the previous episode, we were talking about those drones that fly on the southern border of the United States and Mexico. And, it came to light today that they are now testing these drones in a select number of countries, one of those being South Dakota.
And testing them how?
I'm sorry, I said countries, in a select number of states.
Yeah, it shows that I don't even listen to you because I would have picked it up.
Unbelievable.
No, but I can guarantee. Like, go off topic for a second. I can guarantee you, someone's listening to that and said he said that South Dakota
is
a country. He didn't know it was a state. He thought it was a country.
It was a mistake. The sheriff's departments in these select number of cities. I think there's 6 cities in all currently where they're doing these tests. One of them being South Dakota, and I don't remember the exact city in South Dakota, but they're flying these things around. They're testing them out. They're using them to actually find people that have been lost in floods, people that have gone missing.
Well, I don't know how I really stand on drones all the way around because like every other thing, you have to spend your life studying every subject to become a true expert on it. But don't you think that of course the government's going to use drones in some circumstances, right?
No, absolutely. There's no doubt about it. It just depends on what level they use.
What circumstance they use them in.
I mean, to find fires and to find lost people, things like that. I mean, I don't know. Are they flying around your backyard? Are they?
Okay, well now there's a crime that happens in some neighborhood, and ordinarily they'd send a helicopter overhead, and that costs a lot of money, and that's taxpayer money. You're a taxpayer in the area, and you're funding that. Now, would it be better to have a drone overhead if they're going to do that, and just have a smaller drone?
Well, they're going to do it. Nevertheless, they're going to do it.
Yeah. When I think of stuff like this, I think of that movie, Steven Spielberg movie. I can't even remember, Minority Report. And that was something where they would, predetermine whether someone was going to commit a crime or not, and then they would, preempt their crime and by just arresting them.
Well, there's always rules and regulations, and then there's always breaking those rules.
The problem with technology, and Bigfoot will agree with me on this, is that there's a lot of...
Are you in communication? Something I don't know about communicating with
Bigfoot? There's a lot of advances as time progresses and technology progresses.
That's pretty obvious.
And that's great, because, let's say someone had asthma 50 years ago or 100 years ago or something like that. Well, a lot of times when they had an attack, they just die. But then when stuff like the sprays, the mist came out where they spray epinephrine into your lungs, it was just instantly they could breathe again.
Now medical marijuana.
Okay, I want to stay on topic for a second, but you and your marijuana, but that's a great thing. But there's a lot of negative that comes with technology too, which nowadays is you're living in a time where the government can spy on you. No, I'm not talking about
diarrhea.
I'm not talking about the
swollen
ankles. I'm not talking about the pro and cons of the medication because that's, as far as I'm concerned, is all in that particular instance is all positive. It just in that particular instance, it just raises your heartbeat, and then but you're over your attack, and you still have asthma, but that attack.
Well, most of these great technologies that come from the military, and the military's using them on other countries, but then they come home to roost.
Okay, yeah, but then there's other negative things like now we're living in a time where it's a lot easier for the government to spy on you. So it's a constant...
Well, I mean, we were attacked 9/11. We have to find out what's going on in our own country.
Yeah, so there's no doubt about it.
That's a fine line.
It's a fine line. And we'll talk about it in the next episode, and we'll relate it back to Bigfoot.